What's going on, everyone? Hey, we're back with a Dangerville video. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we got to Dangerville. But he posted a video, the meaning of Jurassic World, the meaning of the ending of Jurassic World Rebirth. So we're gonna get into this, but I want to inform y'all quick. I have not gotten the cost report 26. That's gonna be a little bit late, probably the end of this month when I can get it. With it being the 4th of July, and then you got Jurassic World, Superman, and the Fantastic Four coming this month. I only had enough to save up between Jurassic World, Rebirth, Superman, and I should be having even and all out, and have enough for Fantastic Four as well. But I am set to start this job here this week. I was gonna start 2 weeks ago, but one of the workers before burned the kitchen down, so I really had to wait like 2 weeks. So yeah, since my work, I'm just for bad work. I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, sometimes I think that. But we'll be checking out. We're gonna check this out. Jurassic World. The meaning of the ending of Jurassic World Rebirth. So let's go into this.
The latest entry in the Jurassic franchise has now released, which means you residents finally have the chance to see Gareth Edwards' Jurassic World Rebirth. Reviews are mostly positive, and it's no doubt going to be the biggest film of summer 2025. Going into the film, we had many questions. What was the purpose of their mission? What was InGen hiding in their secret labs hidden on the island? And will Zora and Loomis kiss? But after leaving the film, many of you might still have questions, since some of the reveals are pretty subtle. And where will the series go from here? Well, we're going to explore all that today with Jurassic World Rebirth's ending explained.
Okay. Before we get into this, go see my last video. It's Jurassic World Rebirth trilogy ideal. I explained where they can go and make it like better, because right now Jurassic World is at risk of shitting into the ground. So that's that. Go watch the video. Tell me how you like my idea about what they should do for the next film.
Of course, for context, how do we get to the ending? Well, a team of select operatives, Zora Bennett, Duncan Kincaid, Dr. Henry Loomis, and a few others, are sent by Martin Krebs, a pharmaceutical representative at Parkergenics, to Isle St. Hubert, the island where InGen carried out tests to create bigger and meaner dinosaurs for the parks. They received word that DNA from 3 different creatures, the Mosasaurus, Quetzalcoatlus, and Titanosaurus, hold the key to a life-saving heart disease medication that could save the lives of millions across the world. Krebs states it could potentially make them trillions of dollars in the process. During the mission, they come across the Delgado family, who have become stranded following a Mosasaurus attack. So they divert their course to pick them up. And after successfully retrieving the DNA from the 3 specimens, they rendezvous to the extraction point in the village to be rescued by a helicopter. However, this is when the sinister part of the island's history is revealed, because the Distortus Rex enters the fray, a horrific mutant twisted through genetic experimentation, part Rex, part sauropod, and whoever knows what else. It lives its life in pain, alone, trying to figure out its place in the ecosystem, and right now, it's seeing humans for the first time in nearly 20 years. It destroys the extraction helicopter, snatching it right out the sky and throwing it to the ground in a giant ball of flames. With Mutadons hunting them and the D-Rex on the loose, their only option is to use the underground tunnel system to make their way to the docks, to use the last remaining raft to escape the island. However, when it's revealed that Martin Krebs allowed Teresa Delgado to fall off the boat, nearly leading to her death, he escapes with the DNA to avoid retaliation. leaving the crew to fend for themselves. He takes the jeep and follows the route towards the bay, but he's intersected by the D-Rex, who stomps on his vehicle, picks him up, and bites him in half.
Spoilers ahead of everything. If you've not seen this film yet, go watch it right now in theaters.
The DNA falls to the hands of the crew, who manage to make it to the docks. However, with a D-Rex blocking their escape, they were stuck, facing imminent doom. But in a moment of heroic sacrifice, Duncan Kincaid lit up a flare to distract the mutated monster. It stomped towards him, away from the escape raft, giving them a slim chance to escape. They all board the vessel and just about manage to escape the island. Henry Loomis, Zora Bennett, and the Delgado family, along with Dolores the Aqualops, who Isabella rescued in her backpack. But just as they're leaving, they see a flare shoot into the sky. None other than Duncan managed to survive the encounter by ducking down into the water when the flare was out.
I'm kind of curious how he survived unless he put a foil onto the ground. But he was in front of the D-Rex when the D-Rex wall at him. So I suddenly need to explain. Wish they would have explained about that, but I don't know. Right now, this is all the way almost 200 million as of right now. The box office. So maybe if they allow it, they give us a extended version, extended cut version, like they did with like they when Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, No Way Home, and all that. By the way, yes, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is getting an extended cut this September. So maybe next year on the anniversary they give us a extended cut, or maybe Christmas they give us an extended cut for it. But as of right now, I need to know how. Maybe he explains it in the video, but I really need to know how he survived that.
Sliding past the Distortus in the pitch-black darkness of night. The team return to quickly recover Duncan, and they rush to escape the island, just as the morning sun rises. They sit and ponder over what they've seen, with a newfound appreciation for the lives they have. And as they do that, dolphins swim alongside the raft, a reminder of the normality of the world they came from. This also serves as a fun callback to earlier, when Isabella stated that she wanted to see dolphins, only to encounter a Mosasaurus, bringing it all full circle, as if she's returning to that world she almost lost. But where does this leave the franchise going forwards?
Exactly.
Martin Krebs is dead, they recovered the DNA from the biggest creatures on the island, the Distortus Rex is left alive, and the island's secrets will be likely spread across the world. With the DNA now in the hands of Henry Loomis, who plans to make it open source so the medicine can be accessible and affordable for everyone, instead of being in the hands of one company who monopolizes it and charges extortionate prices for it. The driving force for the whole story is a reflection of real-world issues, how some life-saving medication can bankrupt those in need, such as insulin, that costs only a few dollars to produce, yet is sold for up to $500 a vial. At its peak, EpiPens was sold for $600 for a pack of 2, and treatment for cystic fibrosis can cost upwards of $311,000. Just like how the original tackled the consequences of unchecked capitalism and genetic experimentation, Rebirth aims to bring to light the harmful pharmaceutical companies in the business for profit instead of saving lives. Parkogenics reflects the very worst of these ideas, doing everything they can to make sure they're the only ones with the power to charge extortionate prices to those that need the medication.
That's all that's popping in my head. What if the next film, they may kill sort of like a medical business? People are after them, but the people that are after them also have dinosaurs. Okay. And they're trying to stop it, and they get chased to the island, back to the island. What the fuck am I wanting to go? Alright, so basically, that's everything else. But I explained in the last video the Jurassic World Rebirth trilogy idea. Basically saying what they can do is they can go back to the island and get us more that T-Rex and the D-Rex and give us a fight action, but they can like so say they find a cure for the humans, but they also find this island that's different radiation, and they can make the dinosaurs still live, but they will be living on that part of the island, while the humans be living in the states and the continents. So they can do that. They can build a story like that. Basically, they found a cure, try and put dinosaurs to sleep, to put them in the crate, and ship them off to this island, and we created a new Jurassic Park. And that they could read up something like that, but as of right now, we don't know. But that's probably like a good idea to like read up to, you know.
And they proved they were willing to kill if it meant they made their trillions. He met his fate in the most ironic way, from a creature made by a similar company, InGen, experimenting with animals, trying to manipulate and exploit nature for their own monetary gain. But what does it mean for the DNA to be open source? This invites all medical companies to create their own products and have it accessible to the masses. Although Jurassic Park's very core is about chaos striving from seemingly innocent intentions. While it sounds like a noble anti-corporate decision at first, in a sequel, it could unleash a whole new set of threats. Not just ethically, but globally. The cure hasn't been tested. The theories and research have been done, telling scientists a cure is possible, but who knows what could happen when they find their way into the lab. And most terrifying of all, Dolores. Well, obviously not visually, but while she has a cute exterior, what reason does she have for being left on the island? After all,
when I said the last video, Jurassic World Rebirth idea trilogies that bring back the original cast that was alive for this film. And I forgot the little girl brought back a dinosaur, so that would be a perfect way to bring back the cast, like the family cast, you know. And if that dinosaur, being with the little girl this whole time, that could build up to something like a chaos fairy, live action series, you know? It might.
The freaks, mistakes, and the dinosaurs too dangerous for the park were left there. So what could be wrong with Dolores? Well, she could potentially carry a disease known as DX. It could result in the spread of the DX disease, a prion-based illness originally featured in the Lost World novel. Prions are the simplest disease-causing agents known to science, even more basic than viruses. They're microscopic protein fragments so rudimentary they can't actively invade a body and instead must be passively ingested to take effect. Ian Malcolm and Sarah Harding theorized that the genetically engineered dinosaurs on Isla Sorna had developed this prion-based disease, based on records discovered at the abandoned InGen facilities. Young dinosaurs were initially fed goat's milk, which is highly hypoallergenic. The problem started when handlers switched their diet to ground-up sheep's meat, which introduced allergens the carnivores weren't biologically prepared for. The result was catastrophic. All the raptors eventually became infected. A single bite from an infected predator could pass the disease on to another, triggering a chain reaction that would ultimately contaminate the entire island's dinosaur population. In time, this illness would all but guarantee their re-extinction. Dolores might appear completely healthy, asymptomatic, but that doesn't mean she isn't a carrier. If the DX prion is laying dormant within her, she could be unknowingly transmitting it to other animals or even humans. And if that happens, it wouldn't just threaten individual lives, it would trigger an ecological disaster. And if the dinosaurs they extracted DNA from were all exposed to this pathogen, then the supposed miracle cure they brought back to the mainland might actually contain the seeds of a global outbreak. After all, Ruben Delgado said taking Dolores home might be a good idea or potentially disastrous. That line may be foreshadowing a future entry where this one seemingly innocent decision leads to a new extinction event.
Yeah.
Remember Alan Grant's famous line,
"Some of the worst things imaginable have been done with the best intentions."
But what of the D-Rex? It was left alive on the island, so could we see it again? Well, leading up to the film's release, we had theorized that the DX disease would have a significant role in this film, and that the real secret of the island is that InGen created it, and the Distortus Rex hold the key to the cure.
Yeah.
Perhaps that plot point is being saved not for Rebirth, but for its sequel. While Rebirth was great, it does feel like it's a setup for something bigger, involving a planetary disease where time is running out, and they have to return to the island to come face to face with the Distortus Rex.
Yeah.
So much from Rebirth's story was deliberately left unanswered, which makes me feel like we will return here and learn more about InGen's secrets. As a closing message, Dr. Henry Loomis remarks about the amount of time humanity has existed, which is around 200,000 years. Compared to other dinosaurs, we are but a speck on the timeline, and he doesn't think humanity will get to 1 million. So perhaps a self-inflicted extinction caused by corporations is on the cards, and his prophecy of humanity's extinction may become reality.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Rebirth presents viewers with tons of new ideas, but leaving the cinema, there are still many unanswered questions that will no doubt be explored in the follow-up.
Yeah.
But what did you think of Jurassic World Rebirth? Did you like the D-Rex? And where do you think it could go in the follow-up? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of Dangerville today. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.
Well, that's it. Alright, so how did I like Jurassic World Rebirth? It was good. I will admit that. It's not the greatest, it's not the best one, but it is good. It is fun, entertaining. The action was amazing. I explained this in the last video on Jurassic World Rebirth review. That will also be in the pinned comment, link in bio, in the description. I don't know why I said bio, but I thought it was great. I give it 8 out of 10 rating. But the D-Rex was amazing. As you can tell earlier, I said they could go with this story and all that, but where you put it, so that would be like a pretty good ideal story to go for. Or they can mix my story into your story and put it together, and then we get like a whole action and all that. But definitely, and parents might not like this, but definitely we need Jurassic World rated R. The next film has to be rated R. This is see how it does, okay? You give us one rated R Jurassic World film. This is see how it does. And if that's not go well, okay, give us back PG-13. Just give us one. One. That's all we ask for. We just want one Jurassic World rated R film. But hey, make sure to subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.